Today on the Tiger Basketball Report, we'll preview the Tigers' game against the Wagner Seahawks. Get ready, fans. The Tiger Basketball Report starts now. Hello again and welcome back to the Tiger Basketball Report. We're going to preview the Towson Tigers women's basketball game against the Wagner Seahawks. As always, I'm joined by head coach Diane Richardson. Coach, glad to have you back.
Thank you.
So Wagner, 1-6. They are playing a really tough non-conference schedule. Losses to Virginia Tech, James Madison, and Temple early on. Their one win, College of Staten Island. This is a team where 1-6, they've only played once at home, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of New York games kind of thrown in there, but once inside their own gym. This is a team that's going to be very tired physically from all the travel, and also emotionally, they're trying to just not, get punched in the mouth, so to speak.
Yeah.
What do you expect from a team like that coming in?
Well, they have, everything to gain by coming in here and winning. And, obviously they've kind of been on a losing streak, as we have a little bit, but so they're fighting for a win, and I think they probably think that they match up well with us, and we too are fighting for a win as well, so it'll be a tough game. Tigers
traveled up to Wagner last year. Towson wins that game 69-40. You're without the two leading scorers from that game who've moved on, so it has to be new scorers, and we've seen that Towson has the ability to score the basketball this year. Nakai Mayo, Danielle Durgin, Talia Vogt, Rain Bankston. I mean, we've seen everybody getting in on the act. We've talked about consistency. Looking at Wagner, how do you think your team needs to get off to a quick start and not have to fall behind where they're potentially fighting and be down to the wire in a game like this?
Well, that's something we're going to talk about in the next couple practices where what is it that we need to do as a coaching staff to get that fire going like it was in UMBC to jump out ahead and get some turnovers, some quick turnovers, and just be ahead, for a change in a game.
Wagner, Sierra Clark is their leader. She had 28 points, 14 rebounds in their lone win. She's a local player. What do you know about her, and what can we expect to see from her?
Well, I've watched her grow up kind of in the area, and so she's very athletic and very focused, she's a very focused basketball player, and it's kind of, she's got some experience. I mean, she's a fifth year, so she's kind of been in the trenches a little bit, and I think this is going to be her breakout year for her, and she's feeling it right now. So we've got to, immobilize her in the lane.
Is it hard to get a read on a team that, for lack of a better term, that is punching above their weight class when you see them taking on Virginia Tech and Temple and Power 5 schools? Is it hard to get a read on a team of what they might actually be like?
Right, it is, because, I'm watching the film and I've watched all their games, and, they kind of start out, getting punched in the mouth, I guess, but we're talking about Power 5 teams and teams that are higher than they are. So, I don't know if it's just because they're outmatched, with those teams or what it is, so it's going to be hard. And, I'm trying to find where's the consistency with them so that we can plan for them.
They're minus 12 right now in the turnover margin, which might have to do some of which their schedule. But when you take a look back at that UMBC game for you, that's a game where you guys feasted on turnovers.
Right.
So does that have you rubbing your hands together a little bit, knowing that this team turns the ball over?
They do turn it over, and we're looking to kind of take advantage of that. Somebody that turns over the ball more than us. So we're going to push them a little bit.
Clark averaging those 18 points. Is this I think their next leading scorer average-wise is at like 6'7".
Yeah.
Is this another case of, okay, do you let Clark kind of do what she's going to do and just make sure nobody else goes off, or do you try to limit Clark and make somebody else beat you?
I think we're going to try to limit Clark, definitely. I don't want her, and she'll be kind of like playing at home, so I definitely don't want her to get hot, so we're going to have to immobilize her early.
Foul trouble-wise, you guys have done, it's been an interesting kind of flow, and obviously 5 fouls in a quarter. They're shooting. We've seen quarters where you guys pick up your fourth and fifth 2-3 minutes into the quarter, and we've seen times where you guys don't pick up a foul until midway through. And what has been the difference in those situations? Because if you let a team start shooting at the line, like we saw UMBC do to you, that can get you in a hole early. What has been the success in terms of when, because you play aggressive, what draws the fouls and what isn't drawing the fouls? Can you get a kind of a read on it? Is it more the official's discretion, or is it something you see the girls doing differently?
Well, sometimes officials will call it a little tighter, and I know there's a point of emphasis this year with the hand checking, and so our guards have been in trouble with that. I think we're kind of getting a handle on it with the hot stove, hot touch. So we're going to look at what we do this week in practicing to make sure that they keep their hands off. But I think it's been a lot with our guards on the perimeter just fouling.
And last question before we go, I know something that you're really proud of, rebounding. You've led the rebounding. You've out-rebounded every team you've played so far.
Yeah.
What's gone into that? What's the mentality there that your girls put their helmets on and say, we're going to go get that basketball?
Yeah, and that's kind of, I told them we were looking for our identity, and right now our identity is our length and our rebounding, and so we're kind of conscientious about that, and we tell our posts they have to go in and rebound. I mean, we have the height advantage most times, so, they've got to be accountable for what they can do inside.
The Tigers and Seahawks hit the floor inside CQ Arena this Thursday at 7 o'clock. I'll have the call on TowsonTigers.com at 6:45. Coach, thanks for joining us, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And for more news on your Towson women's basketball team, don't forget, head over to TowsonTigers.com. For head coach Diane Richardson, I'm Ben Rosenbaum, and as always, go Tigers.